All right, you might think of ice cream on hot summer days, but how about embracing the cool treat on cold days of December?
Oh, why not? So for Takeout Tuesday, ice cream from Milk and Froth is on the menu. And this sweet spot just expanded with a new storefront, which we're super excited to hear about. Now joining us is Alexis Madison from Milk and Froth. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely,
Again,
of course. Well, before we get into the ice cream, congratulations on the new location. Tell us about it.
Thank you so much. It's been amazing. So we just opened on Main Street in Ann Arbor. And from what we can tell, Ann Arbor is really an ice cream town. So everybody's been loving it. We actually had surprisingly a lot of customers that would visit our shop in Detroit from Ann Arbor. And so they're, of course, really happy to see us there. But also just like, in general, we've been doing really well, and people love it, seem to love it. So.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on that and the expansion and the traffic that you're getting. Talk to us about some of the flavors here. What are some of your favorites?
So sea salt butter cakes are big. That's our top seller, so that's really popular, as well as the honeycomb. These 5 or 6 here are actually just like overall our most popular, so we've got good ones for you guys to try today. But yeah, sea salt butter cake is a lightly salted ice cream with chunks of gooey butter cake and swirls of butterscotch sauce. So
fabulous.
Yeah.
And what's the next one that we have?
This is malt cherry chocolate, which is a malt ice cream with Michigan cherries and a stracciatella, so bits of chocolate in there.
Lovely.
Oh, Michigan cherry. So talk about the sourcing a little bit, right?
Yeah, so like all of our produce is from Michigan. Our milk and cream is from Michigan. Everything that we can get locally, we do. So yeah, we really, and our ingredients are also really clean and simple. So when I say milk and cream, that's really mostly what it is. So.
And you make all your flavors from scratch. I remember that. It's none of these mixes or anything like that. This is our artisanal ice cream.
100%, yeah. That's what we're most proud of. So, you know, when we first got into the ice cream business, we were totally shocked to find out that most ice cream makers actually don't make their own ice cream. There's an ice cream mix that most people use, and they add flavoring to that. But what that means is that most of it is the same ice cream at its core. So sometimes once you're aware of that, you can kind of sample flavors and notice that something kind of seems all the same. And so, you know, we have full control over each and every one of our recipes. Some of them have eggs, some don't. Some have more fat or more sweetness than others. Whereas if you don't do it that way, you don't have that control. So if something comes out too sweet, you just kind of stuck with it.
Right, exactly. And you also even have vegan options. Yeah. So let's talk about those.
Yeah, so we've got a few vegan options. We usually have 4 in our shops at a time, and we don't compromise on those flavors at all. So those flavors are meant to be enjoyed by vegans and non-vegans alike. Nice. They're just as fatty and sweet and creamy texture-wise. They're amazing. So yeah, we love those just as much as the dairy.
Yeah.
Speaking of creamy, you're a craft creamery.
Yeah.
Talk to us about why that's different than any other kind of ice cream shop.
Yeah, so it's really like what I was talking about with making our ice cream fully from scratch. So we pasteurize our milk and cream, which most people don't do. And, you know, like, it's almost silly even saying, it feels silly even explaining this, but it's like if you were to make ice cream at home, you would look up a recipe for whichever flavor you wanted to make, honeycomb, and you would follow that recipe for honeycomb. Whereas, you know, that's not what most people are doing. They're taking the same ice cream and just adding whatever various thing to it. So
your ice cream is indeed really special. We're just about out of time, but remind everybody about your new location and how people can get your ice cream.
Right. So we've got still our storefront in downtown Detroit at Congress and Griswold is open Tuesday through Sunday. And then our storefront in Ann Arbor is open daily on South Main Street. Google and our website is a good place to find ours, and Instagram's a good place to get updates in general.
Yeah, definitely. And my mom's favorite is your butter pecan.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, we've got some extras.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
All right, to hear about other businesses and events in and around the Ann Arbor area, visit allaboutannarbor.com, which is made possible by these sponsors.